Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my project life. This is week 48, 2020, and this is the week of Thanksgiving. So I believe all my photos are from Thanksgiving Day. I'm not sure, but I had a few extras, so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to be adding an insert. So I will work on the insert later on. So I'm going to go ahead and set it aside and just kind of focus on my 12 by 12 spread for now. I'm also going to be using scrapbook.com's new card sets. These sets come with 4x6s and 3x4s. And you guys, I'm in love. I tried out two different sets and they are both so beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. The quality is amazing. I'm really excited to be using these throughout next year, just to change it up a little bit. I've chosen my cards. I'm going to go ahead and work on my title card. So I'm going to start by stamping week. I believe I used Everyday Explorer's stamp set here. And then I'm going to grab my number stamp set from scrapbook.com. It's basically like the mega date stamp, but a stamp set, which makes the process so much easier. But I used it to add 48. Then I grabbed one of my Paper Person shop stamp sets, the Thanksgiving one, and I stamped the little turkey just to kind of represent Thanksgiving. So let's move on to this 4x6 photo of Stitch. I thought at first that I would trim around my photo and add it to this card. So I'll back up the photo with the card. But then I felt like it would be easier if I just trimmed around the frame that's on the card and then slipped my photo behind it. It would just be easier than sitting there and trying to measure the photo to fit nicely into the frame. So I went ahead, trimmed around that, and now I'm just going to back up that frame with my photo. Now on that frame, it said place and date. So I'm going to grab a stamp set that said home and stamp that next to place. Then I'm going to fill out the date with my pen. I just felt like the photo needed a little bit of something, so I actually grabbed my have-to bowl, go through my have-to bowl. My have-to bowl is just some chipboard that I want to go through and use before I even go through my own stash, if that makes sense. So I just found this little banner that said not feeling it. It worked perfectly with this photo of Stitch, so I just went ahead and added that to the corner. This next photo is just a photo of the beautiful and very yummy pumpkin cheesecake that I made. I was so proud of myself, and I wanted to stamp around my plate. I actually end up stamping just a half a circle, so not the full plate, but I'll come back to this photo later and finish it up because I found the perfect stamp to stamp the other half with. But anyways, I baked and cooked everything that day. It was just the kids and I. My husband was traveling. We didn't get together with family and friends, so it was just a very chill Thanksgiving. I'm going to add a little puffy sticker to my photo here, and then I'm going to move on to this next 3x4 photo of Stitch and I in the car. I was so ready for Thanksgiving. I purchased everything way ahead of time because I didn't want to deal with going to the grocery store on Thanksgiving Day or the day before or whatever. And of course, what happens? My kids ate half the box of graham crackers that I was going to use for our pumpkin cheesecake. So we ended up going the day before to Kroger's, let the kids go down and grab it because I refused to go into Kroger's the day before Thanksgiving. But anyways, while I was talking, I just took my 3x4 card to my typewriter, added some journaling, and now I want to switch out this other 3x4 card. I don't know, I didn't like the yellow so much, but I really love this card that had the home. So I'm just going to add a little circle chipboard right in the middle just to bring in some color to this card. I had this photo of a leaf that I found and it looked like a heart to me. So I'm just going to use my have-to bowl and look through it. I found Give Thanks, which worked perfectly. So I went ahead and stuck that down on my photo. I will finish up my larger layout by adding a label to this 4x6 photo of my kids having Thanksgiving dinner. And I'm just gonna stamp I love these turkeys on a label. Love that stamp set. By the way, I took really bad photos on Thanksgiving Day. It was really gloomy outside, rainy. So all my photos were dark and not that great. And you know what? It's okay. As long as I'm able to document the moment, that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your project life spreads and photos don't always have to be on point, if that makes sense. I'm going to move on to my insert. I had 2 cards in mind that I knew I wanted to use on my Thanksgiving spread. It was the turkey card from the Paper Person shop and this 3x4 card from Studio Calico, and it had the little pumpkin pie, and you can kind of document your meal for Thanksgiving. So I grabbed those 2. I'm going to take this one to my typewriter, add my journaling, probably end up adding a little puffy sticker right above it. And I'm going to keep my insert simple. I always say this, keep your insert simple. Because it's an insert, it's an extra, it's an add-on, so you really don't have to add way too much to your photos and cards. I just go for my word stickers. I add a few to this photo, I add another to my other photo, and then I can flip this over and work on the opposite side of my insert. So for my insert, or the back side of my insert, I brought back the 3x4 yellow card. I think it just worked better with my insert than it did on my spread. So I'm going to use the label to stamp Thanksgiving Celebration, and I'll even stamp a little turkey right above it. I think this is an old Kelly Perky stamp set, if I'm not mistaken. But in that same stamp set, it had a stamp that said, "Please pass the pie." So I'm going to use that stamp set to stamp right underneath my turkey. If you guys are fans of Friends, you know where this turkey came from and what it represents, but it's one of my favorites. So I'm just going to stamp "Please pass the pie." While I had that stamp out, I thought, you know what? This works really well for my cheesecake plate. So I grabbed that photo again. I'm going to curve my stamp and just stamp it around the plate. I know this is a cheesecake and it's not a pie, but I don't really care. I'm just going to stamp it anyway because I love it and I wanted to stamp it on my plate. I am almost done with my spread. I'm just going to grab my have-to bowl again and add a little chipboard to my 3x4 photo. I think I end up using a chipboard that says "It's been a long day." And then I call my layout done. Don't forget, I will be adding all the links for everything I use down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.